Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, July 11th, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. By now, I'm sure you guys have probably heard about the earthquake that hit Southern California last week. Well, I have it on good authority that scientists are having some serious debate about whether or not it may have been caused by Big Ramy dropping the hammer during one of his latest chest days. Recently, we got our hands on some new footage of the big man knocking out a heavy-duty chest workout out there at his Middle East headquarters. For the most part, Ramy and his team have been pretty quiet outside of the news we heard about the Olympia a few weeks back. So it'll be interesting to see what they do between now and the end of the season, because that should give us a pretty good indicator of what they got up next on their radar. Mixing things up is always good for sports because it makes the day-to-day stuff way more interesting from a fan's perspective. And if there's one new face who could throw a wrench into the 212 Olympia mix, it might just be Noel Adame. Right now, Noel's 10 weeks out from the biggest show of his career, and I think the fact that he's been building up to this moment since his win at the Indy Pro at the start of the season really works in his favor. He looks ready, he seems rested, and if he comes in at his best, I see him having a real shot at cracking the top 10 against a lineup that'll be the deepest he's ever faced. If you pay attention to any of the stuff being published by the exercise experts, then you've probably seen or heard someone say that squats aren't exactly the best exercise for building the glutes. Just don't tell that to Ashley Kaltwasser. The three-time Olympia champ seems like she's having a good time riding the wave after her first win of the season a few weeks ago. You know, for Ashley, at this point she already has her place on the bikini Mount Rushmore of the division, so there really isn't anything left for her to prove from a competitive standpoint. But the fact that she's still out there actively trying to win back her title tells you how much she really loves competing at the highest level. Back in the day, we called doing squats on the Sabbath Sunday service because it was like our way of paying homage to the muscle gods for giving us a chance to worship at the rack for another week. So it's good to see that Cody Montgomery is doing his part to keep our old Sunday tradition alive. Last weekend, Team Montgomery released a clip of their guy knocking out a few sets of deep squats bright and early on another fine Sunday morning. I know that he's been focusing his attention on doing other things outside of competing, which is exactly what he should be doing at this stage of his career if he ever wants to retire and have a successful career after bodybuilding. But there's still a part of me that wouldn't mind seeing a guy with his pedigree and potential lace up the posing trunks at least once a year just to give his fans the satisfaction of seeing a truly unique talent in his element. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.